on Africa Magic Family. The program you're about to watch is proudly sponsored by Knorr.
All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me, kindly say yes, I can hear you in the chat box. All right, good morning once again, and I welcome you to this Friday's edition of our Money Market Review. Believing that it's going to be a very wonderful time together. And I believe we've been having a very wonderful trading experience all through the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today being Friday. And I believe it's going to be a very beautiful day for us to engage the market profitably and then make our good money for ourselves, especially when we have inflation data coming out today as well from the US zone. So I will want us to just sit back, relax as we do the analysis together. Meanwhile, we need to just wait for some 3 to 4 minutes and then allow some other people to join in, and then we kick the ball rolling. All right, good morning once again. All right, good morning once again. I think we can go ahead and start the review this morning. All right, let me pu- uh, put share my screen and then let's see how far we can go this morning. All right. So it has been an eventful week, a week where people have made money, and a week that you can still make money at the more. No, usually, as I would then like to say, that Monday we are usually is usually parent of any major news on Monday. So one learn or one must learn to trade technically on Mondays, and after I should say as well that there is no day that you not trade technically. All right, at least before the release of any data, you can still trade technically. I know that there are people with preferences, people who trade only fundamentals, and people who only trade technically. But I would always love to, and like to say to myself that why do I want to prefer one to the other when I could as well embrace the two? All right. So let us embrace the two. Trade when you need to trade technically, and then trade fundamentally when you need to trade fundamentally. But at least the goal is to make money at the end of the day, right? And then the knowledge of the two will continue to help in knowing when to switch to the other, or when to embrace the two. All right. Okay. Monday, with there was no major news until Tuesday, where we had the claimant count change that came out negative for the Great Britain. All right. So we also had that same Tuesday we had the French flash manufacturing PMI, which is of course the news high importance for the euro, and then it came out negative, and then some other indices as well came out good. Well, for the euro. Okay, and then the flight moved to AUD zone, where we had the governor Bullock speaks when he spoke concerning their interest rate and the stocks. That was on Tuesday as well. We had a couple of high impact news that drove the market on Tuesday, and I believe people should have taken advantage of it. I believe people took advantage of it. That's the right word to say. All right. On Wednesday, we had news from the AUD region, where we had their CPI release showing that inflation is still very much in the economy. So the CPI came out good. That is, the cost of goods and services were still high, and that is a key indicator to show that interest rates will probably still be raised. All right. Okay, that was on Wednesday, and then from the Bank of Canada as well, we had the monetary policy, and interestingly, the Bank of Canada maintained a steady rate. They didn't increase it. They maintained a steady rate, though they still maintain this bullish bias, this hawkish bias towards increasing interest rates should inflation continue to go on the high side, right? So they maintained a kind of a steady rate. They didn't increase it, neither did they reduce it. But then they still maintain a kind of hawkish bias that they might likely increase interest rates should inflation continue to go on the high side. All right. That's for the Bank of Canada. If you were in the market that day to trade the news, you would probably have thought that, oh, an instrument like USD CAD will have gone high. Okay, but it gave strength to the dollar, because around that time we also had news that came out from the US zone, though it was a medium impact news. The new home sales, which showed a kind of an improvement and an increase, data that was good for the US dollar. And so coupling with joined to the fact that, okay, the Bank of Canada has refused to increase interest rate, and then a good news came for the US dollar. Dollar went up against the Canadian dollar. The US dollar went up against the Canadian dollar that same day. Right. Okay. Well, that said, yesterday we also had some high impact news. We had the mainframe refinancing rate, the monetary policy statement from the ECB, and then we had news from the US zone regarding the advanced GDP. Now, interestingly, for the monetary policy from the ECB, which is the European Central Bank, led by Christine Lagarde, which is the president, all right. The funny thing is that people expected perhaps a kind of cut, in the interest rate, but no, there was no cut. It was rather maintained. It was rather maintained because the ECB has increased interest rate for up to 10 times consecutively, 10 times since 2022. 10 times consecutively, and somehow the impact has been felt and has been seen in the economy, lowering a kind of the interest, the inflation rate a bit, in a sense. You understand? So much that, and then it has begun to have effect on the performance of economy. So there has to be a kind of maintained, a kind of a midpoint that must be maintained. So much that the high interest rate does not negatively impact on the performance of economy, because when you have high interest rates, as you understand, the cost of borrowing becomes so high because you have to pay more. You have to pay more as interest. So somehow it helped in maintaining a kind of sanity in the region, and then so that it will not do what it is not expected in terms of driving the economy into the other side of the region. By that, I meant that not plunging the economy into recession or anything like that, right? Because if you remember, Germany had to come out of recession. Germany had to come out of recession, economic recession, because of interest rates. So I remember that Germany is a key player, a very big, if not, yeah, that is even the biggest the biggest economy in the euro. All right. So it had to come out of recession just to maintain some balance. All right. So I believe you are following my point, because this is fundamental. So let's just talk fundamentally. All right. So okay, what was my thought? So I was saying that they maintained the interest rate level. But then even investors are expecting that they might from next year start doing a kind of cut in interest rates, which well, I believe might be good and would also encourage a kind of investment as well, because people would want to go for loans, and then entrepreneurs will be encouraged to go for businesses. All right, that is for the ECB. And then we had news as well that came out from the US zone, where we had advanced GDP. Interestingly, this beats the expectations of investors, because it was projected, the forecast was at 4.5%, while we had the actual came out as 4.9%. Yes, way beyond the forecast, and that was good. Of course, that was good for the US dollar. But initially, if you were in the market as at the time, as at the time of the release of this data, you will notice that it did not have an immediate impact on the strength of the dollar in terms of pushing it up, because dollar initially sold when the news came out. Dollar initially sold. But I know I was telling some people, I said, don't worry, this dollar is down, because the news came out good. You would eventually find out that dollar would go. I was saying to some people yesterday that dollar would eventually, and that's what eventually happened. Dollar went up. The news came out good for the dollar, and dollar eventually went up. It's good for the dollar. And of course, these here and there buying things, buying equipment and the stuff to support Ukraine and stuff like that is part of the thing that gave a boost to the GDP. Yes, same yesterday we had the Euro conference yesterday, and then we had the pending home sales, which was a mild impact news yesterday. That still came out good for the US dollar. Okay, but this morning we woke up to the news of Tokyo CPI, a mild impact news you will call it, but it is indeed something worthy of importance and of note, something worthy of note, because the Bank of Japan has been maintaining a dovish bias in terms of their interest rate. As a matter of fact, instead of increasing interest rate, they were cutting interest rates. You understand me? And then, but it's just that somehow it has signaled a kind of pivot as people are expecting that they will turn from this dovish bias and then turn hawkish in their approach. In their approach, all right, because it shows that inflation is high. Inflation is high. The CPI indicates a high inflation, and it came out good, showing that the cost for buying things is high. You understand me? So imagine if your currency, if you have a reduced interest rate so much that your the currency became lower in value, so to say, all right, and you still need to use more, use more of it to buy things. So it shows that inflation is still very high in the economy. So they might want to somehow change change direction, and then go for a hawkish bias when it comes to their interest rate policy. Okay, now, but today we'll be having core PCE today, which is the Federal Reserve most preferred inflation gauge. Is the Federal Reserve most preferred inflation gauge, and so we'll be having it at 1:30 p.m. That's why I said earlier when we started that it's going to be a good day for us to engage in market and make money profitably for ourselves, because the dollar has been doing so much well. Of course, several factors contributing to this. Then by 3 p.m. we have another news that that will be released, and then I want us to just stick to our screen and then look at how we can take advantage of the market today. If you don't want to stay in the market all day, just wait for that 1:30 p.m. Wait, and then the 3 p.m. and let us make the money for ourselves in the market. All right, that is what we have. Okay, for Olorunfemi, if you cannot hear, no, even if I say it, you cannot hear me. All right, you try and click on your microphone, click on your microphone logo, and then join audio. Okay, let us go to our chart, and then let's see how we can take advantage of the market today. Let's see how we can take advantage of the market today. All right. All right. I believe you can all see my screen. So I'm on US index this morning. No, like I said yesterday, using my previous separator, like I said yesterday, at the time that the news came out, aside the time that the news came out, around 1:30. Yeah, this around, let me go on 30 minutes time frame. Okay. All right, so around 1:30 when the news came out yesterday, you saw what this 1:30. No, MT4 is 1 hour ahead. So this is 1:30. Look at how despite coming out good for the dollar, so it discouraged some traders that had to speak with them, telling them that no, the news came out good, dollar will still go back up in strength, and that's what it eventually did. It went back to test the full support before being pushed down again. All right, so dollar has been strong. Several factors are responsible for this, which I will still go to when it comes to talking about gold. Normally we would say that gold is reactive to the strength in dollar. You understand? Gold is reactive to the strength in dollar. Anytime dollar is strong, gold becomes weak. Anytime dollar is weak, gold becomes strong. But then you realize that since the war started between Israel and Hamas, the trajectory has changed. You understand me? So much that as dollar is strong, gold is also strong, maintaining a kind of parallel direction. But then it is because both of them are considered as safe haven assets. As a matter of fact, people have considered gold to be a better safe haven asset than dollar this period, because several factors also influence the strength. Apart from people wanting to put their money into it, the inflation issue is still a major issue in the US, so much that the investors cannot just put in their money into it into buying dollars just like that. Okay, but then data has been coming out good for the dollar. Generally, dollar has been strong, has been doing well, performing so good. It will not be let me see it on weekly time frame. If you see dollar might eventually close in a kind of weekly gain. Now Now, if you look at it, it's going to eventually close on a weekly gain today. This is the weekly candle. Dollar will eventually close on a weekly gain today. So it has been a very good one for the dollar this week, rallying up to the point it got to. All right, let me go back on my 30 minutes time frame and see how we can take advantage of this. Okay, now what are we seeing or expecting the US index to do, because it has been performing so strong, doing so much well? Well, I will still say that okay, should we have a kind of positive data from the PCE showing that inflation is still very much in the economy? You know, that may still propel the Federal Reserve to wanting to maintain a hawkish bias in increasing interest rate. And that, you know, generally the expectation of investors and traders is that there will be a maintaining of the current interest rates, that there will be a maintaining, but that does not take away from the fact that there might be a kind of hawkish position maintained. It's a different thing to say, okay, I'm maintaining interest rates, but the tone with which it is said also matters. That's why we have the dovish and the hawkish bias. Okay, so we might still expect it, because it is likely very much possible that we have a kind of inflation data coming out positive, that is high interest, high inflation still being experienced in the economy. So we may see the US index rallying again today. So whatever the case is, like we would always tell us that we will give you the bullish preference and the bearish preference, so that should market go in either direction, you would readily capture it. Okay, and like I would always say to everybody here, the things we give you here is not the alpha and omega of everything that you need to get. That is why the core of this session, of this analysis, is to show us the possibilities of making your money in the market, even beyond. And like I would always say to people, that the essence of this analysis is for you to understand the psychology of the market, so that you look out for the way you can also engage in market analysis yourself, even beyond whatever anybody says on this channel, and then engage the market profitably. Now, I'm on 30 minutes time frame. I'm going to give you a kind of reference, but another person can just decide to go on 15 minutes time frame and then go for another. It's just that the thing is this: the longer you are the longer the time frame, or the bigger the time frame, well, the longer it may take the market to trigger and give you profit. But then the higher you go, the market can also take you up in profit as well. All right. So that said, let's look out for good opportunity to take good entry and make money for ourselves in the market. All right. On US index, okay, I'll be looking at going for now. I'm looking at going for a buy if price trades above. If price trades above this 23.6 fib level, I'm going for that's a buy stop there. I'll go in for a buy and then take my profit before the proving resistance. I'll take my profit because price might want to try to go back up and then test the proving resistance where it fell off, where it fell off yesterday. All right, so let's look at us taking advantage of the buy market. If you want to go in for your buy at 106.568, 106.568. 106.568, and you may look at taking your profit right before the proving resistance. Yes, that's at around price level. Yeah, 106.674. 106.674. You can take your profit around there. 106.67. Use good volume, you make good money for yourself when it comes to this trading this instrument. All right, so that's for the buy preference. For your sell preference, I will just wait for price to just break below the 50.0 fib level that I can see in my screen, and around price level 106.301. 106.301, and this may look tight, but you use good volume and you make good money. I'll go in at 106.301 and I'll take my profits, yes, before it breaks below that 61.8 fib level. Now, for those who are conversant with Fibonacci retracement levels, you should give respect to the major retracement levels. Major retracement levels include your 38.2, your 50.0, and your 61.8. So honor them, honor those levels so that they will not dishonor you. All right, honor those levels so that they will not dishonor you. All right, that said, yeah, I believe we got this. I said go in for your buy at 106.568 and take your profit at 106.674. And I said for your sell stop, set a sell stop at 106.301, and then you take your profit at 106.223. That would be a very good one for us today. The day is going to be a very beautiful one. You understand? And I believe that there should be a live session coming up at 1 p.m. today. That for those who will be there. Please don't miss out of the opportunity. Put in good money and engage the market profitably. I would always say to people, those who are my clients have heard me say this over and over. The market is a market of knowledge, but also maintained by your stamina in the market. You need knowledge to navigate the market, but you need capital to maintain stamina. I would always tell people that you don't. Many traders are so much concerned about will I make profit? Will I make profit? And many have heard me say this over and over, that it is not first and foremost the question of will I make profit. It is the question of will you be able to stay in the market till you make profit? Then that is a very key question that you should ask yourself, because stamina is as important as your capital. You understand me? So your capital, your capital is what will give you stamina, and then it is what will make your knowledge of the market to soar. What is the essence of knowing the direction of the market and you do not have requisite capital to engage the market? I've told people over and over, I've been on the lane of not having good capital and engage the market. I had good knowledge of the market. I analyzed the market very well. Right in my eyes, I was sent packing from the market because I didn't have enough money to stay. And then when I was sent out, the market began to go in the projected direction. The only thing I just said to myself is to clap for myself and say, this guy, you know this market very well. Oh boy, but then no money inside pocket because I was already sent out of the market. Okay, but I have also been on the lane of having good knowledge and good capital, where market went well against me, but then because I could afford to stay in the market went back in the projected direction, and I made the good money for myself. And then that way, I clap for myself the more. That's a better way to clap for myself. That you have knowledge and you have capital to stay in the market. So when we tell clients, please have good capital, it's not because we just want you to bring your money. It is for you. It is for you to have good stamina to make your money in the market. All right. So someone is asking, please confirm the trend of any instrument for us. Yeah, you can always do that for yourself, Madam Efe Mariega. You can always do that for yourself. And that's why I said to us, the things we are doing here is not the alpha and the omega. All right. Okay, thank you, Madam Efe. Okay, so let's look at another instrument. Let's look at Euro USD. All right. Now, Euro is trading bullish, open bullish today against the US dollar. However, if you look at it, the trajectory for it for some days has been a downtrend for them days, and that's because we have had a stronger dollar. And like I said while I was talking about the fundamental, that the held the ECB held interest rate at the recent level, not increasing it, not decreasing it. All right, so it didn't give a kind of a bullish preference to this pair. So that it was almost at the same time that we had the news release from the US zone, where the news came out good for the dollar, and then that gave dollar strength against the euro. But then we've seen it go up this morning. But the funny thing is that, well, if you ask me what would be my preference for euro USD, actually, I will say that we might still personally, I will say that we might still be looking for a kind of a bearish move on euro USD, because the way it is seeming now is as if I don't know, maybe the real people, I don't know what they are doing to the dollar. They really want dollar to really go up all the way. And apart from that, these are Israel Gaza of a thing, Israel Hamas of a thing. If it continues or escalate beyond now, we may still see people rushing to putting money into gold, into dollar as safe haven asset. And especially if we now continue to have good data supporting and giving strength to the dollar. So we may still see USD plummet further even today, although it has opened bullish today, but then we may still plummet. But whatever the case is, let's look out for good opportunity for us to make money in this market. All right. let's look out for good opportunities for us to make money in this market today. And for those who have understood the power of limit orders, I said to us, I said, say, look at it. Before any impact news comes out, market will try to trade technically, and you can take advantage of it and to trade. And today, also, it has been trading in between this week support and verified resistance. Market has been trading in between this week support and verified resistance. That means the possibility is there for this current candle to go up and then test this verified resistance again before coming down. All right. So if I were you, I might want to set for this morning now, before we have the impact news at 1:30. All right. So I might want to look out for opportunity for me to take a sell limit and a buy limit. And I'm looking at setting a sell limit around the price level. For your sell limit, you can set a sell limit at price level 1.05648. You can set a sell limit at 1.05648. Take a sell limit at 1.05648. 1.05648. Follow it down all the way. You can have look at taking your profit at 1.05562. 1.05562. Let me take it again. I'm giving you a sell limit here now. Take a sell limit at 1.05648, and then take your profit at 1.05562. Now, for your buy entry, because with what we've seen so far today, market has been trading in between this week's support and the verified resistance. Now, I am going to say to you that if you want to take a buy from this, I'm going to give you a buy limit, and my buy limit will be what I gave to you as the take profit for the sell limit. My buy limit, I'm going to set it at 1.05562. 1.05562. Take a buy limit from this point, 1.05562, and then you can follow it all the way to 1.05648. That means your entry point for your sell limit will be your take profit for your buy limit. Do you get it now? All right. And if you want to be so much careful, you can wait for it to turn to a bull candle before you follow it up all the way, and then you just engage an instant buy there. But with what we've seen, technically speaking now, this bearish candle is going to turn bullish at the end of the day, because market has been trading in between these zones, between the weak support and the verified resistance. All right. If you have set your buy limit, it should have triggered now, but it will start going back in profit for you. All right. That's what we have now. I believe we've got this now. On Euro USD. Euro USD. All right. Okay. So let's move to another instrument. We look at USD CAD. USD CAD. USD CAD. We had USD CAD had the Canadian economy had CPI. Was it CPI? Let me confirm again what we showed. That was on Wednesday. Okay. We had Bank of Canada rate statement where they also maintained their interest rate, and they also said they might also increase it should they have a kind of high inflation rate later. They maintained an interest rate. They maintained the interest rate level. All right, and then it gave the US dollar a kind of strength against them. All right, but the thing is this, the Canadian economy responds to performance in oil. But we know oil has been doing so much of buy than sell. Recently, it has been doing so much of buys than sell. Recently, though it's been selling now, but it's been doing so much of buy than sells. So it would not be a surprise if you see oil end on the weekly gain. But then what I'm saying is that there are other factors putting pressure on the Canadian dollar, so much that US dollar has been trading well and rallying well against the Canadian dollar. So we might still be seeing USD cash push up again. We might be seeing USD cash push up again this morning. Okay, so if you ask me what my preference will be, I will still say that I will still be a fan of a bullish preference. I'll be pitching my tents with the bulls this morning on USD card. I'll be pitching my tent with the bulls this morning on USD card. As we may see, I will go up the more the possibility is still very much here for it to go up. All right. So if anybody is not risk averse, if anybody is not risk averse, even a buy now would be a good one. But definitely we know that there is this right here. Right here, there is this resistance, as you love to call it, and then this Fibo contour, which is serving as a dynamic resistance, has been tested again, and price is breaking above it. So I would say to you that, okay, if you want to be careful and you want to engage a buy trade on this, if you are not risk averse, I will have said just going for an instant buy. But then for us to be careful, for us to be careful, somebody just asked me a question. Is what does that yellow mark indicate? By yellow mark, you meant this long. Is not yellow here. It is, what color is this now? Is this orange? I don't know. If you meant this one, it is just showing the projection, how far it can go it's just showing how far it can go for the retracement to complete. How far it will go for the retracement to complete. That's what this mark, this red or green or orange, whatever you want to call it, it's just showing you how far it can go for this retracement to complete. That's why I see that it ends at the 100% retracement level. All right. Okay, so if you're not risk averse, I would have said you should go in for an instant buy. If somebody wants to take advantage of that, that is good. But then if you want to be so careful, you can go in for your buy. You can go in for your buy at 1.38 303, 1.38 and you can look at taking your profit. Yes, right before the verified resistance, you can take your profit at 1.38426. 1.38426. Use good volume and you make good money for yourself. So use good volume and you make good money for yourself. Going for your buy stop at 1.38303, and then you take profit at 1.38426. Okay. Now, alternatively, because if you look at it all day today, we are on 30 minutes time frame. All day. If you notice what has been happening here, if you notice that it's been trading between the verified support and this quick flip contour down that we can see here. You've been trading in between that zone. So if you want to look out for your sell entry here, I'll just go below the 23.6 fib level. It might look tight, but if you are going short on this, use good volume. At 1.38141, 1.38141, and then your take profit, and then you can take it before the verified support. You can take it right on this. Yeah. So go in for your sell stop at 1.38141, and take your profit at 1.38056. 1.38056. Okay. That's a good one. Then you can determine your stop loss on that. See, there's no hard and fast rule to it. I was telling the client yesterday, I said so far, I said personally, the way I love to set my stop loss, I said I'm always willing to risk more than to make profit. Now, this is what I meant when I said that to the client. It's not because I don't want to make money. I said, don't set your stop loss too close to your entry. Otherwise, you will be kicked out of the market before you give market chance to do what it does. So I always love to make it my 2-to-1, my risk to reward. I always want to make it 2-to-1. That's my preference. There's no hard and fast good to eat. You get. So if I'm taking 10 profits for my take profits, I want to do 20 pips for my stop loss. If I'm doing 10 pips for my take profit, I want to do 20 pips for my stop loss. So that I will have given price enough room to dance. Let me allow price to dance well. Price behaves like that child. I say, go and do this. I'm not doing it goes around more saying, I'm not doing. I say, oh yeah, let me go obey daddy, and then it goes back to do it. So there's a way price behaves in that manner. So that's my preference. All right. So you can, if you want to do that, it's good. All right. So that is for USD. That's for USD card. Okay, well, because this is a review class, not a training session. So you might want to join me in the evening class, or you might want to join some specialized sessions, or you ask your account manager to teach you how to calculate pips. How to calculate pips, because we cannot begin to do how to set TP or how to set stop loss here. It's not for it's not a training class, it's a review class. All right. So how many have we done? 1, 2, 3. Perhaps we should look for an additional let me do JPY. Let me because we had news on JPY this morning. USD JPY. Okay. You know, I said earlier to us, you know, I said that we might be seeing the possibility of having a pivot in the direction of interest rates from the Bank of Canada. They have been they've been maintaining a dovish bias all this week, cutting interest rates. And I remember the last time I was here, I said to us that when you have a country cutting interest rates, somehow it should be good and for the domestic productions in that economy. You understand me? So much that, you know, when you have a reduced interest rate, it will encourage, of course, it will not make a kind of what's it called? Your currency so much attractive, because it will be lower in that sense. But then it will encourage internal productions and development so much that people can go for loans. Then, you know, it will affect factors of production. Talking about land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, an employee. Why? Because entrepreneurs can go to access capital, and once they access capital, they can start business. You understand? And once they have, once we have businesses everywhere, it reduces all this unemployment stuff everywhere, and then it will also encourage exportation. So we will do less of importation, and then we do more of exportation. And I remember I said to us that should have been the reality of Nigeria, only that we've been experiencing a kind of stagflation, which is the worst case of inflation, where we have inflation on the high side and then the economy is not moving. So all right, so let's just look at this. So we may be seeing the possibility of having a kind of higher interest rates from the Japanese zone anywhere from now, and they are still meeting today, I think, or within next week. They have a meeting. Okay, so we may have a kind of pivot. Now let's look at a good position on this. Well, even at that, we'll be seeing is someone still trading strong against the dollar, because the USD card, you can see dollar is falling against it this morning. All right, so let's look out for a good opportunity to take entry and make money for ourselves. Now, the entries I gave, the analysis I did it on 30 minutes. You understand? So even if you set it on 1 hour or 5 minutes, entry is still entry. You understand? I don't know who asked this question. Okay, I gave the entry on 30 minutes, so it doesn't change. Even if you're on 1 hour, if you set it, it doesn't still change anything. You understand? All right. So so I'm on 30 minutes to give you so if you are looking to take a buy, if you are looking at taking a buy, okay, for those who are fast, if you take a buy, if for those who are okay, it's trading eating against 1.8 fib level. Okay, so if you want to take an entry here, if you are looking for a sell on this instrument, I will go in below this week support. I'll go in at around price level, yeah, 150.061 on my USD JPY. I'll go in for my sell at 150.061. 150.061. I'll go in for my sell. It's a sell stop at 150.061. And then I will look at taking my profit before that Fibo contour up, which is a trend line here. I take my profit around this area at 149.921. I'll go in at 150.061. And I'll take my profit at 149.921. 149.921. All right. Now for my well, somebody said, are we on today? The person has missed out a whole lot too. Okay. We are definitely on. All right. So for your please, can any other person hear me apart from Kehinde Adesomi? Can any other person hear me? Let me confirm if it's an error from my end. If you can hear me, kindly indicate, please. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So for my buy entry, thank you everybody. So for my buy entry, okay, I would have said you should go in for an instant buy, but it is eating against the 61.8 fib level, which I would not want you to ram into like that. Okay, so you can just be patient for it to break above the 50.0 fib level. You can just wait for it to break above 50.0 fib level, and then you go in for your buy. You got to exercise patience here. Okay, thank you, everybody. All right, so that means the error is from the fellow. So you can go in for your buy if price trades above 150.305, 150.305, 150.305, and then you can look at taking your profit. Before the weak resistance. All right, at 150.4202, 420 rather. So go in for your buy stop at 150.305 and take your profit. Take your profit at 150.420, 150.420. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I believe we got this. Let's go to commodity. Now, it was yesterday that the Pentagon announced that they eat these Iran related guys in Syria, and that's as a kind of retaliation to the recent attack on the U.S. troop in Syria and then in another place. So that has also given a kind of it drove in a kind of fear, and this is because since the war between Israel and Hamas started and is becoming somehow escalated, we will having some subtle attacks against US, and some investors are afraid of putting their money in shares or leaving their money in shares. So people have been taking off their money out of shares to buy gold, which is considered a safer haven. Right? If you remember, at the wake of this war, gold gapped up. US index also gapped up. But then gold has been maintaining that high side all the way. It is nearing the $2,000 mark. As of yesterday, it got to that 1992, $1,992 as of yesterday. And remember, that 2000 mark has been the highest point it ever got to this year. And that was around March or April that it got to that. And now it's 6-7 months down the line, it is nearing that point again. And this is the same instrument that sold down as low as that sold down as low as let me remember. 1 minute. Okay. I want to see the highest point it got to. Now this year, see where gold sold down to this year, 2023. 2023, as low as 17,000. Gold fell down up to $17,000. Now it is nearing $2,000 mark now again. That's a very huge move, driven by the fears and panic that investors have injected, especially into this case of Israel versus Hamas. All right. So if this will escalate beyond what we have now, you can see it now. It has been now. It's going to close on a bullish note again. Another weekly gain. For the past 3 weeks, it's been gaining. It's been gaining on the weekly time frame. It's been gaining for the past 3 weeks. All right. So today we may see it push up the more. But then what has also tried to push it down has been the fact that, you know, the usual analogy of having a stronger dollar resulting in a weaker gold. That thing is playing out a bit. It's playing out a bit. So when the news came out and then dollar became stronger later, gold also came down. You understand me? But just that the trajectory has changed for the past 3 weeks. Gold has been buying even when dollar has been buying, and we may still see it go up. I was telling a client yesterday, the fellow told me that he was on a buy on gold and market has been moving so strong against him. I said, sir, if you're on a buy, maintain your buy, because gold is destined to go up. It's destined rather to go up. I said, because gold is destined to go up this season. All right. So if you're on a buy on gold, you are not in a wrong company, but ensure that you have good money. You are not in a wrong company if you're on a buy on gold, because what is driving it has been purely sentiment, and that's been the fact that the war and the crisis is going to escalate, and people are putting their money into what is considered as a safer haven. So if you're on a buy on gold, in as much as you have good capital, you are in a good company, you maintain it, and then you go up the more. All right. So it just what is that? It's just making just some kind of some higher lows and higher highs. All right. Let's see how we can take entry on it. So if you are going for a buy on gold, and if you look at what is happening here, it has been trading all through today. It has been trading between this 38.2 fib level and then the verified resistance. And that verified resistance self has also been hindered by the 23.6 fib level. But then, like we've always told you, 23.6 fib level is a minor resistance level, a minor retracement level rather, and it can easily be broken. But for one to be careful, I would have said that you should just wait for price to break down and then wait for a buy limit from this point. But you may not see it buy immediately. You may not see it break it easily and then come down here. I'm on 30-minute time frame doing this analysis. Somebody's asking for USD CAD sell and buy. We have left it. I may have to go back to it, but we still have some grounds to cover, so I can't go back to it. All right. So I can't go back to it now. So I will go back to it later. So Madam Debbie. All right. So I will have said you should wait for it, let it sell down, and then take a buy from this point, and which I should also do. Maybe that's what I'm going to give you. All right. So I'm going to give you a buy limit at 1982.79. 1982.79. I'm going to give you a buy limit on gold at 1982.79. A buy limit on gold at 1982.79. Going for your buy on gold at 1982.79 is a buy limit I'm giving you. All right. And then you can look at taking your profits right at that verified resistance, which is your price level around 1988.43. But I must say to you that it will first be your buy move will first be hindered by the 20.6 fib level. If you are comfortable at taking your profits at whatever amount that you have here, you can take it and wait for it to break it and go further. But then if you want to leave it because it will still eventually push up like it did here, it should eventually push up. Okay, so going in for your buy limit at 1982.79. and then take a profit at 1988.43. Now for your sell, I'm going to give you a sell limit. Your sell limit will be at 1988.43. 1988.43. You can set it now, 1988.43, and then take your profit at 1982.79. Your sell limit at 1988.43 and take a profit at 1982.79. And I should also say this as well, that your sell limit, once it has started taking you in profit, it will be hindered by that 23.6 fib level as well. If you are satisfied with the profit you've made, you can take it. If you are not, you can leave it, let it break below it and go forth to take your profit at that 1982.79. Let me repeat myself again. For your buy entry, I'm giving you a buy limit on gold. Going for your buy entry at 1982.79 and then take your profit at 1988.43. And I said to all that around 1986.65, which is the 20.6 level, you might be in that. If you are satisfied with the profit you've had, you can take it. But if you are not, allow it to run all the way and take you in profit at 1988.43. And I said for your sell entry, I'm giving you a sell limit. I'm giving you a sell limit at 1988.43. 1988.43, and take your profit at 1982.79. And I said to you that 23.6 fib level, which is around 1986.45 region, will also mitigate against the sweet move. All right. So I said you can then if you are satisfied with the profit, you can take it, and then if you are not, allow it to go and take you in profit at 1982.79. Then quickly, I think we should be faster now. Let's move to oil. Okay, before the Hamas and Israel war issue, oil has been doing upward move, and then upward moves, and we said to us that basically it's because some of the OPEC Plus guys, essentially, we talk about Russia, and then we talk about Saudi Arabia. They have decided to engage in voluntary cut in supply, and that's why we saw that price of oil began to move all the way. I think it even got up to $95. All right. And then when the tension in the Middle East began as well, oil started going up again, which it might still eventually still go up again, because should the war escalate beyond what it is now, we see it we see the pressure on oil. It will affect the energy sector. So oil might still go up the more. So if you're on oil, if you're on buy on oil and then market has gone against you, just maintain your buy. You put in good money. If you don't have good money, maintain your buy, and then you do in the market. So let's look out for a good entry point on oil this morning, and then I believe it's going to be a good experience for everybody today. Okay, if you're looking out for a buy on oil, actually, I will even see if you enter an instant buy on oil this morning, it will not be out of place. If you enter an instant buy on oil this morning, it will not be out of place. If you enter an instant buy on oil, it will not be out of place. If you enter an instant buy, it will not be out of place on oil this morning. All right, an instant buy on oil will not be out of place. Okay, but then for those who want proper entry position, I'm going to give you here. Should oil it's this verified let me give advice to and stop. I don't want to give you sell limit and buy limit. Let me give advice and stop. So for your buy entry on oil, for those who are not risk averse, I say you can enter an instant buy. But for those who want proper entry position, going for your buy on oil if price trades above 88.55. Let me make that your entry price, 88.55, and then you can take your profit. You can take your profit at 88.83. Go in at 88.55 and take a profit at 88.83. Now for your sell entry on oil. You can go in if price trades below that 30.2 fib level at price level 87.85. 87.85. You can take your profit. You can take your profit at 87.55. 87.55. So your buy on oil going for a buy stop at 88.55. Take your profit at 88.83. For your sell going at 87.85 and take your profit at 87.55. All right. I believe we got that on oil. Okay. I will still revisit everything. I need to finish with those I have not touched. Okay, let's look at indices now. So let's look at indices. Interestingly, the good thing about we have some of the mega caps release their data Wednesday and yesterday, Thursday. And most of them made money from their AI and cloud infrastructure business. And the thing is that most of them gained in their third quarterly report, and that should naturally have given a boost to indices market. However, we saw that their shares plummeted. Some had good news, some shares rose, but the numbers of shares that plummeted really outweigh the ones that went up. So we saw that indices have been plummeting. And you can also you can't divorce it from the tension in the Middle East as well, as people are looking at who, and sincerely the truth remains that who would want to go in to buy more shares or to put the money in shares if indeed sincerely, if what is it called, if if the war continues, all right, nobody will want to leave his money in shares. You understand me? So we have it. We have this, and that their fourth quarterly report might also be affected by it if the war continues. If the war continues, all right. But let's look at good entry on US 100 this morning. We might be fast in doing this because I think this is already 9:01. All right. So let's look out for a good entry point on US 100, and then we call it a day after we see the three indices instrument. Okay, so on US 100, if you are looking at taking a sell, going for your sell if price trade below 1426, 1426, 14267.55, 14267.55, 14267.55, going for your sell, and then take your profit at 14216.68, 14216.68, going for your sell at 14267.55, and take your profit at 14216.68. Now for your buy entry, allow price to conveniently break above 14350.92, 14350.92, and then you can look at taking your profit right before the Fibonacci treatment level at 14389.07, 14389.07. Let me take it again. For your sell entry, a sell stop at 14267.55, 14267.55, and take your profit at 14216.68. For your buy stop, going at 14350.92 and take your profit at 14389.07. Right, that's for your US 100. Let's look at US 30. Okay, for your US 30, it will not be out of place if you're going for an instant buy on US 30 and make some good money for yourself now. Not be out of place if you're going for an instant buy on US 30, going for an instant buy on US 30. An instant buy on US 30 will not be out of place. An instant buy will not be out of place for your US 30. An instant buy on US 30. And then you can set a sell limit. A sell limit at 32986. 32986. You can set a sell limit. Let me bring that a bit. You can set your sell limit. A minute, please. Okay. So you can set your sell limit at 32979. 32979. An instant buy on US 100, and then a sell limit at 32979. 32979. An instant buy, and then a sell limit. An instant buy and the sell limit at 32979. Now, once it is 32979, you can look at taking your profit for your sell limit, for your sell limit at around price level. At around price level 32929. 32929 is an instant buy on US 30, and then a sell limit at 32979. You can take a profit at 32929. For your buy entry on US on your US 30, you can determine your take profit. Once you make good money, you can exit the market. Okay. Let's look at US 500. Okay. For your US 500, okay, I'm going to encourage this. This is also giving me a kind of an instant buy as well. But let me give you this on US 100, US 500. If you are going for a buy, just do a buy stop. Do a buy stop. Well, I've told you to go for instant buy, but do a buy stop at 4180.1. 4180.1. Do a buy stop at 4180.1, and then take your profit before the verified resistance. Before the verified resistance at 4181.8. 4181.8. 4181.8. That is for your US 500. For your entry point for your sell, go for your sell at, it's a sell stop at 4176.1. 4176.1. 4176.1. And then take your profit. You can take your profit at 4174.7. 4174.7. Your entry point for your sell 4176.1, and then your TP at 4174.7. I take it again. For your buy entry on US 500, do a buy stop at 4180.1, and then your TP at 4181.8. Okay, for your sell stop, go in at 4176.1, and then your TP at 4174.7. Okay, I just do US 2000, and then I'll just repeat it. Revisit rather the entries again. Okay. Now for your US 2000, all right, you've seen that price has been rejected severally here. Let me go again. All right, let me give you a sell limit. Set a sell limit right here on your US 2000. A sell limit at, you can set a sell limit at 1672.6. You can set a sell limit at 1672.6. 1672.6. A sell limit at 1672.6. Follow it all the way down. Follow it all the way down to 1669.5. A sell limit on US 2000. This will give you a good money. A sell limit on US 2000 at 1672.6. 1672.6. A sell limit on US 2000 at 1672.6. And then take your profit at 1669.5. 1669.5. A sell limit at 1672.6. And then take your profit at 1669.5. Now for your buy entry, set a buy limit at 1669. 1669. Set your buy limit at 1669.5. And then your take your profit at 1672.6. 1672.6. It's going to be a very sweet one. It's going to be a very sweet one. All right, that's for your US 2000. If you don't have good money, please don't engage US 2000. You need good money for it. All right, let me just revisit the entries again. Okay, 1 minute. All right. So for US 100, I give you buy stop and sell stop. A buy stop at 14,350. 14,350.92, and your TP at 14,389.07. Your sell stop at 14,267.55, and then your entry point at 14,216.68. Which other one is people asking for 30? I said an instant buy, and then give you a sell limit. I said buy now, and then I then give you a sell limit at 3297. Did you get it? So I said instant buy and then 32979. And I told you, once you've made your money from the instant buy, determine how much you made and then you exit it. And then I give you a sell limit at 32979. Okay. Gold. So that's for gold. For gold, I gave us a buy limit and sell limit. For gold, I gave us a buy limit and sell limit on gold. 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 Okay, just 1 minute, please. All right. I said go in for your sell limit if price gets to 1988.43. 1988.43. Follow it down, and then take your profit all the way to 1982.79. And I said for your buy limit, go in at 1982.79. Follow it all the way to 1988.43. Okay, I think which other one? Yeah, UUSD. I gave you buy limit and sell limit, and the buy limit has triggered already. The buy limit, I don't know if anybody took it, but the buy limit has triggered already. I said follow it all the way up. It has triggered already. Follow it all the way up to 1.05648. Then follow it down as well for with your sell limit. The buy limit has triggered. All right, I think is a good is a good place to call it a day here. I have taken US30 again and again. So thank you everybody for this wonderful day. Please do join me for the live session that will come out. Is it 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock today? 1 o'clock today. All right. And have a very beautiful experience. Have a very wonderful and very profitable day. Thank you, everybody.